was leading a group discussion with 6 students from different countries, I heard a foreign student reach out saying, "You're not like a typical Chinese student at all." I smiled. "So what should a Chinese student be like?" He then replied, "Well, guys, unsociable, broken English, and not leadership material, you are nothing like that." All of a sudden, I had the revelation. It is high time to show our fresh faces as innovative and open-minded Chinese students. In this new era, we are responsible for breaking previous stereotypes and misconceptions, changing the old image of China, and more importantly, bringing understanding and the spirit of cooperation to the world. And that foreign student, Richard, actually reminds me of my uncle, who was sent by the Chinese government in the last century to study overseas. In the chemistry class he had, an Australian girl saw a bunch of Chinese students sticking together doing their experiment, so she asked them about the instruction. And these Chinese students, holding chemical reagents in their hand, started encouraging each other. "Hey, you go and talk to her." "No, you go." "Never." And eventually, this poor girl didn't get any information from any one of them. But now, such exclusion is becoming a thing of the past, as we, the new generation, is ready to present ourselves on the world stage. Recently, a friend of mine, fascinated by neuroscience, just designed a group project with students from Japan. And my sister, graduated from a law school in the United States, excitedly phoned me to report, "My team has won an economic case for a transnational company." Therefore, the responsibility for us, the millennials, is to develop our creative mind and also to interact with people from all cultural backgrounds, because we are the ambassadors for our country. Today is my 18th birthday, and there are so many things I don't understand about the world. But what I do know is that, ladies and gentlemen, it is our responsibility to create a brand new image of our powerful nation confidently and proudly, as we are open to cultural differences and welcome international cooperation. Next time I meet Richard, I will be more than happy to tell him, "Now, every Chinese student is a perfect counterexample for outdated perspective." Thank you.
Well, first of all, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
As an American who has lived in China for 5 years, I'm curious, why do you think foreigners have these false views of China?
Thank you for your question. Well, take my example of my uncle who was sent by the Chinese government in the last century. Those foreign students always see Chinese students playing mahjong in their own circle and didn't communicate in the foreign community. So I think that is the stereotype was created because the last century people in China, Chinese students are lacking of a spirit of communication and cooperation, so that they are not, maybe they are willing to communicate with the foreign group, but they are not so confident to communicate with others. But now, such exclusion and segregation is becoming a thing of the past. Therefore, the responsibility for us, the millennial, is to develop a creative mind and also to integrate in the world community and to present ourselves on the world stage. Thank you.
Many parents in America stop covering their children's expenses as soon as they finish high school, including asking the students to pay some or all of their college tuition. Do you think this is right, or should parents be required to pay for their children's education?
Thank you for an interesting question. This is actually a question that it has been debating in my family for a long time, because today is my birthday and my parents had just argued this morning that should they pay for my college tuition or should I take the loan. And I think the best way to educate children is to strike a balance between pay all of their fees and to help them to get into the adulthood. So I really appreciate to to my parents to pay some of my college fee, and they also said that I should take the responsibility to take some part-time job. For example, like during weekends, I worked as a table tennis coach for the children aged 8 to 10 and to cover some of my tuition fee. So I think the best way is to strike a balance between let the children do their own business